Welcome to episode 2 of Everyday Theology. As you can see, we are currently driving in the car, something that I'm sure you all know a whole lot about. And in the back seat today, I got 2 of my 3. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I got Mason and Sloan. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Or say hi. Mason, tell them something that you love.
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards. You've got your book with you, don't you? Tell me, what's your favorite Pokemon card that you've got? Do you have a favorite?
Rayquaza EX.
Okay, I know nothing about that, but it sounds really cool.
I can show it.
Show it, yeah, show and tell. That'd be awesome. While he's getting that out, Sloan, you want to tell him something that you really love?
I got it.
What do you love?
I love Rainbow High Dolls.
Rainbow High Dolls. Check that out. Yes, look at that. Let's see. Okay. Rainbow High Dolls. So Rainbow High Dolls, they have bright colored hair, don't they? And what do you like to do when you play with your Rainbow High Dolls, son?
Play with Mason, and the Rainbow High Dolls have to find the Pokemon.
Amazing. So we are on our way to Sonic right now. We're going to go get some ice cream, and then we're going to go hang out at the pool and have a little swimming time. So if you're like me, we spend a lot of time in the car driving, going from place to place, and oftentimes those aren't maybe our most joyful moments, or they don't seem like it. The idea of a commute, we try to find a house that's close to where we work, not only because we want to save on gas and all of that, but also just the idea of a long drive to work doesn't really appeal to most people. And then when you've got kids in the car, that can become even more difficult because you're trying to take care of their needs. And one of the things we forget is we're also offering an example, a witness. We are representing something. So earlier this year, I got really convicted driving because I remember driving and someone pulled out in front of me, and I muttered a word under my breath. I called the person and something I shouldn't have called them. I called the person an idiot. And Mason, he called me out on it, like right away. He said, "Hey, Dad, you shouldn't call them that." Do you remember why you said that, Mason?
Yes, because they're made in the image of God.
Yeah, so he had learned that at school. And I asked him more about that. He said actually his teacher said that if their parents called people that word while they were driving, that they should correct them and they should tell them, which is awesome. I love that was taught. But it made me ask some more questions. I was like, so how did that conversation come up? Well, it came to pass that apparently all the kids maybe ratted out their parents a little bit and said, "Oh yeah, my mom, my dad does this, they say this, they call people that." And so it was a little bit of embarrassment, but also something that was good for me because it made me think about the way I drive and my intentionality. Well, this Sunday at church, we studied the Great Commission. Our preacher talked about go and make it disciples of all nations, but he had a perspective where he wanted us to understand that all nations started, because it's this big thing. How are we going to do that? How are we going to bring the gospel to all nations? It started with the idea of your family, those that have been put under, in your circle specifically, that you're around all the time, and how can you bring the gospel to them at all times? And it caused me to think of this idea. There's a early church father by the name of Saint Francis of Assisi. Can y'all say that with me? Saint Francis of Assisi?
Saint Francis of Assisi.
And what his quote that often gets used, that's amazing, is preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words. And what that means in this practical idea of we're driving, we're everyday situations around the kids, how does your life reflect Christ? How are you imitating him? If you were to say nothing about the gospel at all, which I wouldn't encourage you to do that, I think it's good to be forward with your words about what you believe and communicate that. People have to hear that at some point. But if you weren't able to use words at all, and all you could do is live, how could you reflect the gospel? By the things you're doing, by the people you're spending time around, by your body language, by just how you're getting on, how your life is going. I think if we do that, and the gospel becomes alive in a way that I think starts conversations. It reminds me of a time a long time ago when I worked in a restaurant, and I tried to work in the way that would reflect God. I tried to have a good attitude. I tried to bring joy to my work. And I remember somebody stopping me in a side station, and they just said, "You're a Christian, aren't you?" And it floored me because I'd never really considered that my life and just my joyfulness and my approach to work was reflecting that, was imitating that. And so that's the biggest encouragement I can give to you. Whatever you're going through, whatever everyday situations you're in, whether it be work or taking care of the kids or doing laundry or shuttling people around town or commuting, whatever it is, reflect Christ. Live the gospel out in such a way where it's going to bring about conversations, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to create an impact, and it's going to bring the gospel to people. And that's kind of our calling from Jesus. So guys, you want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
We will see you next time. Make sure to check it out. Who knows what everyday situation I'll be in next week, but it's going to be amazing, and blessings to you all, and see you next time.
What did the apple say to the nut?
What did the apple say to the nut?
You're nuts.
You're nuts. We will end on that. That's amazing.